Hi, welcome to Graham Robinson Books. Today we're going to talk about planning. So although you're writing a memoir and you know what's happened and your memory is filled with whether it be a trauma or whether it be an incident or whether it be something that you've done, seen or travel, whatever it may be, or maybe just developing a new home, building a new home that you'd like to write about because it was such an experience. But you do need to plan, even though those things are in your memory and you know what happened, you need to plan your chapters out. Some people can just write from, as they say, the seat of their pants. And with a memoir, that may be possible. And if you have that ability, if you have that talent, then don't let me stop you right away. Start writing and you may have it published within 12 months, which is amazing. But not everybody is like that. And so if you're wondering how to start, where to start, the first thing I would suggest is plan out your chapters. What will chapter 1 contain? Will it be the reason you went somewhere? Will it be the trauma? We'll talk about how you should start. There are lots of people who will tell you how to start and what the way the book should be set up. Of course, everything is your choice. It's your memoir. But you should set out the chapters. Chapter 2, what did that result in chapter 1? What did chapter 3, how did that impact? Where do you bring in flashbacks? You might put that into some of the square grid of the boxes. Is this flashback relevant to that chapter? And so on. When you see it outlined in front of you, you may move it around to better fit the areas that you want to talk about or how it flows. When you write, that will definitely happen. You will find perhaps the chapter you started with ends up being chapter 3 and chapter 10 becomes the beginning chapter. Those are the things you'll learn as you write. As you go along, the chapters that you think should be the beginning chapter will jump out at you and you'll feel, this is where I want to start. And it can be with an event, and we will talk about that and what you should, what it's recommended you should start with. To be quite honest, the one rule in writing that I have read is that there is no rule. Whatever you want to do, some of the best books are those that have broken all the rules, and they're quite amazing. So there are no rules, but if you want a guide and if you want some advice on how you should write, then there is a lot of that information available to you on the internet. And some of the tips I give you will help as well. We will talk about all the things of setting up the chapters. We'll talk about backstory. We'll talk about flashbacks and all of those things through these series of videos. But the most important thing for you to do, if you're not sure and you're not quite, don't have a plan in place, put one down on paper. It will help you focus on what you need to do. In the next series of videos, we will talk about the theme and how you need to focus on that a bit more. But right now, just put a plan down and then think about starting to write. That's the most important thing. Happy writing.